Whoop, we're back at it again. It's time to be a butterfly. Chin, chin, chin. Okay, guys, we're gonna try this. All right. Okay. All right. So, first, I have to tie my hair up because it will fall in my face and get everywhere. And with me dealing with makeup and stuff, or paint, I don't want it, because it's hard work straightening hair. And I don't do it often, so we trying to keep it, okay? But the first thing we do, as always, get your foundation. Put your foundation on your face because, yeah. But no, I hope you guys had a great holiday season, is having a great holiday season. I hope Christmas was well. Oops. I hope that you got some form of presence of what you wanted, and even if you didn't thank the Lord for your health and strength, you're up for another day. That is a great present in itself because a lot of people did not live to see this long of a season. It was time for some people to go home. And sorry that got really deep and dark really quick, but I just felt like it was appropriate to say, I think, at least for myself, I sometimes take for granted, like how blessed I really am until things hit the fan, and then I'm like, "Whoo, wait, let's reevaluate life choices here." So yeah, I just hope you guys are encouraged. If you are going through a rough time right now and you've happened to stumble up on my video, I love you. Let me just start off by saying that. I don't even have to know you to know that I love you because I love everybody. I love everybody, and it's not conditional. It's not based on how close I know you or, how close we are. I just love you, and if nobody's told you today, I believe in you. Some of you might recognize that phrase because, yes, I do say it on TikTok a lot. But if you're new to my page, I post on TikTok. Look at that foundation. I post Wednesday wellness checks. I post my makeup looks from here. Okay, hold on, guys. All right, all is restored. I am back and it is tied up. I don't even remember what I was saying to you guys before I left. Isn't that so sad? I think I was just saying though, like, you kind of take stuff for granted in life, and you don't really realize what you have until it is tested. One thing I have been talking about on my channel, if you're new to the channel, you'll hear it now, but I went to Korea. I went to Suncheon. Sadly, I only got to stay for a week. Stuff happens, and the boss was not willing to. Long story short, my room was a mess when I got there. It was nothing like anybody had promised me. I'm not gonna go into detail because it's already on the channel if you would like to watch, but yeah, they kind of dogged me. Even my team, who was supposed to send me, and there's only one person that I feel like is guilt free, and that is my friend and former advisor, Kim. She always reached out, checked on me, made sure I was okay, and all that jazz. But when I came home, I was really upset about it. I couldn't really understand like why it was God allowed that to happen, because it was something I had wanted and prayed for, and it just so happened this time before I actually went, I told God to, give me a sign and unlock the steps. But I know I am a living testimony, and I do believe I will be back there one day. I just feel like now in hindsight, knowing everything I know and just going through the things I've went through personally, I needed to come home. I needed more wisdom. I wasn't really in my faith. I've always been religious, and I chase the Lord, I love the Lord, but now I can see like where I've had to mature as a person, and get myself together and get more in God. And like I've kind of been running from doing content and stuff like that because I was like, what if I'm too different, or what if people don't watch? But now I kind of just, I don't care. I care if people watch, but if I'm different, or if others' opinions, don't match, then I'm okay with that now because I know why I'm doing it. I want to make looks and to inspire somebody and encourage somebody and tell you you can do anything you want to do. Don't ever let people tell you what you are capable of. You show them what you're capable of. One thing I can say, which is funny because I didn't think I was going to talk about it, but when I went to Korea, I was still self-conscious, and it is something I'm working on to this day. It is not nearly where I want it to be, but it's getting better. But I've been losing, I say but just roll with me. I've been losing weight this year. An old friend of mine pretty much one day told me that she viewed me as a fat girl who only liked to eat and smoke. And that was when I knew no, you can't. Be careful who you call your friends, and be careful who you call your enemies, because they will shock you. But she said that to me, and I was just like, wow, I really need to, get it together. So I started drinking water and cutting back on what I ate and trying to work out, when I could. And when I went to Korea, I was shocked at like how many people was like, hey girl, I did not think that I would have that, because one, there's a stigma around Black women, and two, there's a stigma around you if you're thick, and I am thick. I mean, I've lost a lot of weight, but I'm still in the thick category. And so I was like, this is going to be a thing. But it was great. Nobody treated me different. Everybody was nice. We're using this. Oh. Woo! Great, great. Now I got to wash this shirt. We're using this. And I may use Snazaroo's. Snazaroo. It never shows up. Sorry for the blinding. But yeah, it was such a crazy experience. I enjoyed it. I loved everything about Korea that there was to love. There was no moments where I felt like, this place is too different, or this place is weird. No, it was great. I even had my mom laughing because I was telling her the people drive there like they drive here. Crazy. Or, yeah, everybody drives crazy. I don't care. I'm sorry if you're from there, you're watching this. They drove crazy, okay? And the funniest part is it was the bus driver who had got cut off by this other truck. I think it was like a work truck, and the bus driver wanted to tell him about his business, and I was just like, please don't do it, I want to get home. But yeah, it was the funnest experience ever in my life. And like, for details, I don't go anywhere. I'm very much a homebody. I stay under my mom, under my my dad. I will go see my friends, but like just traveling out of Texas, the only time I've done that, I went to Colorado with my friends, and that was a fun trip. But typically I don't go nowhere. I've never flown before, so it was my first time flying, and that was a thing itself. But like I said, it was fun. There was nothing about it that I would not do again, and I don't regret it one bit. Like, even though the experience turned sour in the end, I still 10 out of 10 do everything the same way I did it. Knowing what I know, having been through what I've been through, I am not bitter about it, because I know that the Lord uses that for an experience. It was meant to grow me, and more than anything, it was meant to show me like the Lord is with you at all times, because I got myself back home, you know, and even outside, let's not even talk about the dramatics of, oh, I got myself back home. It's important, don't get me wrong, but you know, like stuff I saw over there, like the mountains, it was really, really pretty. And I enjoyed walking the streets. Didn't even know half the time where I was going, but I would pull it up on my little map on my phone, and I would look and see like where my location was. They had these cool mini marts there, but I was in Suchin, so it's more of like a, it's not really a city there. It's a smaller kind of like town, you know? And like once again, that is a-okay with me, because I am a country girl. I come from the country. Do you hear me? So I enjoyed it. And I mean, I say all that to say, if there is something you want to do in your life, go do it if you're over 18. If you're watching this and you're under 18, I mean, go do it. Graduate first. You get you some freedoms, because I had to work. I had to get, you know, a job, save up all that money. And even then, I still was blessed to have family to help, because it was not at all a good, you know, situation. Everything just cost a lot. My class was over like 3,000 maybe in total. And then outside of that, I had, you know, to pay for the ticket. I wanted to get new clothes, because I don't really have teacher clothes, because I really worked at preschools. And I mean, you know, you can only be so professional with a bunch of 4 and 5 year olds running around, you know, pulling on your pants, needing to be changed all day. So I really didn't have the luxury of having nice clothes, and I had to get some nice clothes. And even that was fun, because, you know, I found out more about my style, like what I liked, what I didn't really like, but I could work with, you know. And so those things were nice, like learning about myself, you know. And like I say, just in general, this trip taught me to really, I guess, not care what people say, because when I was going over there, you know, it was a bunch of people like, oh, it's so dangerous. Oh, what if Kim Jong-un gets you? And I'm like, okay, so I'm redacting that whole statement. You won't hear it. But, you know, anything can happen in any part of the world. It does not matter where you go, you know? And that was kind of what motivated me to just live my life. Because if you spend your time worrying about who wants to harm you, when they're going to harm you, you will not ever live a life. How is that living a life? Worried about stuff like that. I've come to accept that when it's your time to go, you gotta go. There's no stopping it, you know. And sorry once again if you're young. I'm gonna get back to happier thongs. But if you are young, girl, or I am 26, let me put this out there. So wherever you are, even if you're older, I hope you join me, vibe with me, kick it with me. But no, for real, guys, I really want to promote being yourself, doing your own things, because I had so much fun. I really did. It was a different experience over there. And I remember, like, one thing I've always been told is that I would be limited because I'm black. If anything, that created my chances of success over there. I didn't experience anybody who hated me to my knowledge, you know, and I got the looks, but I get the looks here, you know. So I just had fun. I had fun. The kids were adorable. I really hate that I had to leave them because kids are my heart, you know. I want a big family. And I was just sad that I had to give it up. But like I said, I'll be back. I know I will. And so if you're like thinking, man, I want to take this trip to, you know, this or that place, or I want to explore this or that, why not? You know, what's stopping you but space and opportunity, you know? Next year is a new year full of possibilities, full of endlessness. As long as you're alive, you are alive, you have a chance to do something with yourself. And it doesn't matter what others say about what you should be doing. It's what you want to do. It is your life. Naysayers will not get you anywhere, you know, and that is something I've had to learn the hard way. But people will tell you, I would do this or you should do that. Okay, well, then, yeah, you do it. But you're not in my shoes right now, and this is not what I want to do, so I'm going to do what I, you know, want to do. And that's how you got to live your life. It is sometimes easier said than done. I've lost a lot of people I thought were my friends this year. You know, I've had a lot of sad situations where I was like, dang, I thought you were riding for me. You know, I thought we were like friends. But it is okay. You'll find your pacing in the world. You will find your friends and your where you're supposed to be at. You'll be able to navigate it, you know? It'll come. It'll come with time. So don't be worried about exploring things, what the outcome may be. I think it is just important that you try. You know, because if you try, who can say anything about it? You know, you set yourself forward, you put your best foot forward, and you at least tried. You gave it your best shot, and I don't really just feel like you should condemn yourself or feel like, hey, you know, this didn't work out, so that was a bad idea. No, what did you learn from it? You know, what did you gain from that experience? How did it make you better as a person? What can you take from that and be like, okay, this is what I learned? You know, like, what can you use from that experience? How can it help the rest of your life? And I think if you can find those things out, then you're Gucci. You're good. And I just want to be a source of encouragement for somebody on that front, like I said, because, you know, I didn't really have a lot of people to support me. And so I know how that feels. But I also had a God who was bigger than everybody else, who called themselves turning away from me. And he prevailed, you know. He made sure I was okay. He held my heart in his hand. He made sure I knew that he was with me at all times. It could have been in the form of a text message that somebody sent me. It could have been, you know, a kind word that I needed to hear, and he gave it to me. You know, I felt so much love, and I felt God's presence so much in Korea, which was, honestly, it was different because I was listening to this pastor named T.D. Jakes, and he was saying, like, when you finally encounter God, like really encounter him, it's different and you're never the same. And true enough, that was my experience in Korea. You know, I was scared out of my mind. I was scared to leave my mom. I was scared to make new friends. I wanted to go see the world, but I had heard so many stories and got so psyched up about what other people were saying. I really had to unlearn those stories and forget about it, you know, and just say, I'm going to make my own stories. And just because it happened to them like that does not mean that it'll happen to me, you know. And I feel like that is another important thing. You cannot go into anything with, I guess, pre-existing fears about what could happen based on somebody else's situation. Because no matter how good or bad it was for them, you guys will have different points of views about things, right? Because we're all our own people. And so I'm not saying like don't listen to any advice that people may give you, because sometimes people give great advice and you really do need to hear it. But sometimes, and I believe you'll know, sometimes people, they just hate. They, it's sad to say, and I don't feel like I'm a haughty person or I'm better than anybody, but I have realized a hater when I hear one, see one, and it's sad that I've had to experience that. But believe me when I say people will try to kick you when you're down just because they don't want to see you succeed, And that's sad, but that is the reality we live in nowadays. So, like I say, I just want you to be encouraged to chase your own dreams, like what you like. Um, Also, when I did this look, it made me think of this group that I love to listen to, BTS. Yes, I am a fan. I've been a fan since like 2013, 12. One of the two. When No More Dream came out, I was there. I was rocking it out with No More Dream. I stuck it out through every phase that they ever explored. And I remember there was this challenge a long time ago on YouTube called Kiyomi. Um, this little challenge, and like all the artists was doing it. It's like, oh, Kiyomi, Kiyomi, and I did it. I can't believe I just did it again. I did it and I showed my cousin at the time, and she was like, oh, this is so cute. Like, you should leave it up. But then when I went to school, I made the mistake of showing people I called best friends and close friends. They tore me up. You should be trying to be like Beyonce. You shouldn't be doing this and that. You should. And it got so bad, guys, that I deleted the video. I kept it up for like, I think a year. And then I got so incredibly sad about it that I trashed it. Okay, so I need to bring this up more. And I'm still really sad about the fact that I trashed it now in this day and age, because I know what I know, And like, I know that they were not there for me as friends like they made it seem, but it is all good because now I get to do all the weird things I want to do, and really nobody can stop me, and this is Jesus himself, and that's great. But no, I did that, and then I did BTS's Butterfly, but at the time I didn't have a lot of YouTube views, and so I was like, I'm gonna take this down and save myself the embarrassment, because I didn't have confidence in myself, because I let everybody else tell me what I was, what I should be, how I should run my business. And then, at that age, when I first posted the video, I think I was about 14, the Kiyomi. And then, listening to BTS and stuff, well, no, Kiyomi was way before BTS. That was a few years before. That was when I was really into EXO, which I still like EXO. But that was around there. Then I got into BTS when I graduated high school and was going into college, and I got to meet them. I met Top Dog, and K-pop concerts, they're different. They are built different. They fluster you. I have a few stories between me and my friend. I can proudly say, when I met BTS, I almost hit the door when I got in front of J-Hope, and no regrets, because I was flustered and I did not expect to be so enthralled by that man. But hey, life happens. But I feel like I did not enjoy those experiences as much as I wanted to, because even then I was thinking about like my concert outfit, what other people thought of me, you know, like I wasted so much time caring about what other people have thought about me over the years, and it's like you don't get that back. But at the same time, I know that that can be used for something great. Like, you know, I can help somebody else. I can pour into somebody else, and that's all I really want to do. But the song was called Butterfly, and I'm gonna sing a little bit of it because why not? I'm really nervous actually, guys. Can you tell? Amudoko seka kajima, nenamu modo kono jidoma. Hey oh, penenege husojo. Yeah. Nanakito menkinji aena. Imodengeda kumiko kata. Hey oh, Sarojiro Hajima. Thank you. But yeah, BTS is the vibe. They're the jam. And when I first saw that song, I was really proud. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Like, I'm gonna start my little singing career or whatever. And no, it was not at all what I thought it would be. I tried to get friends to like the video, and it was crazy because at the time I had met girls from the BTS concert, and we were friends. And I was asking them one day, like, why don't you like my stuff? You want me to like your stuff. You always want me to be concerned with your business, but you're not concerned with my business. And they were like, oh, it's not a real friendship. That's what you're really concerned about. You're concerned about the likes and you don't care about us. And I'm like, what? Y'all were the ones who started the conversation about the likes. So how did this turn into me not being a good friend? I just could not fathom the idea that, you know, I could not understand it because they had asked me to go and like their videos. They always bragged about the content they posted, but when I did it, the hell was breaking loose and I didn't understand why. But, you know, what can you do when people are like that? So we ended up like not being friends after that because I felt disrespected. I'm not gonna lie. I just felt like I cannot believe these girls were doing that to me, you know? Like I said, I invested time and emotions, and like I'm sitting here trying to promote you, make your life better, you know, be here for you, and you can't even ride for me. You can't even go like a video. It wasn't like I was asking them to promote it or, you know, go and shout on top of the rooftops. I just wanted my friends to like my content, you know, and that was one of the first encounters with negative Nancy's that I've had. But I wish them both well. If you ever see this, you know who you are. I don't want to call you by name because the names are not important. The story is important. But yeah, like I said, people, man, people will make you believe that you don't belong, and that's not true. You belong wherever you want to go, or wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do. If the Lord put it on your heart, you belong there. Don't let people tell you no or yes. You decide what you want to do. Listen, this is a serious moment. Listen to me. You decide. That's a little close. You decide. I say that because, and I know I keep dancing around the same thing, which, like I said, I probably will, because it's going to be a new year, guys. 2023, okay? I didn't even think I was going to make 2022, but it was a hard, stressful year. And it seems like every time it got better, something else happened. And I was just like, the forces are strong this year. But even now, I still have so much I want to do. There's so much of the world I want to see. You know, I just feel so filled with ideas and So I hope if you're watching this, you will stick around because I'm going to be posting a lot on this channel from henceforth. I am, like I say, I'm trying to get better at YouTube makeup videos. I'm good at the makeup. I ain't trying to claim to be no, like, I did not go to school for makeup, but I do feel like that I'm good at what I do. And if you don't think so, I'm sorry, but you are entitled to your own prerogative. This is mine. Um, you know, and I just want to have fun, man. You know, I've done everything else everybody wants to do. So now I'm ready to do what the Lord has called me to do. Because obviously I'm not escaping that man. And I don't really want to. He's kept me. He's had grace and mercy on me. He's been a provider. He's been sufficient to me. You know, and more than anything, he's had to teach me how to be kind on myself. And that is still a lesson that I am not so versed in, because I guess I expect so much from myself, you know. I have always had, first of all, I've had people be hard on me in my life. So on one hand, I just kind of felt like that's what you had to do to make it, was to be hard on yourself. But on the other hand, it's just, sometimes I just think like, what are you doing, dude? Like, this is not okay. You need to get it together, and I mean ASAP. And I'm tearing myself down, and you know, like pastors say, I would never let anybody talk to me the way that I talk to me. But yeah, no, I would never. I was thinking about this. I had a toxic ex, but no, they didn't get away with talking to me like that, because you will not call me out of my name or say anything disrespectful to me and think that I'm just supposed to let it go. Oh no. We will talk about it and we will get this thing straight. But you know, I've never been that kind to myself. This year has been like the start of it, and even now I have days that are better than others, you know. I have moments in general that's better than other moments. Like, I'm pretty sure as I'm editing this video later, I'm going to be like, you sounded horrible. Why did you sing that song? But I love to sing. I love to sing. God gave me a voice, and so I should sing. I should sing when I'm trying to record it and upload something special, and when I just want to sing on camera because I want to sing, you know? And that's where I'm trying to be at with myself. Not comparing, not feeling like it has to be perfect, because I've realized I don't want perfect anymore. I just want me. I just want me. I just want to be the king's daughter. I just want to live my life the way I want to live it, or the way the Lord calls me to live it, because even then he will shut me down. But you know, I don't want to compare no more, friends. And I really hope that I get to get this video out to somebody who needs to hear this. But you do not need to fit in with everybody. You're not created to fit in with everybody. You're not placed on this earth so Betty, Sue, and Bunny can like you, or Shaniqua and Jasmine. I don't know. You know, I don't know the names these days, but you're not created for that. You know, we are created really to worship the Lord, to spread his ministry, to love one another. It's really all about God. So that's what I'm saying. If you're doing anything and it makes you feel happy, it makes you feel whole, do it. Please do it for me. You know, I ran so long from this moment, and this video to me is going by better than I could have ever expected it. Now, in hindsight, I mean, this is not your cup of tea. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you know, don't run from your dreams or what you really want to do. Another person I really watching, there's a lot. I watch a lot of YouTubers, but another person is Corey Kitchen, Jacksepticeye, Berleezy, 8-Bit Ryan, just to name a few, Markiplier. I watched them. Tony Talks. Who else have I watched? I follow some, I don't remember their names, and this is so sad, but I follow a lot of cosplayers, and they are amazing at what they do. But you know what all of them say? Just do it. Just live your dream. Do what you want to do. If you have an idea, promote it, you know, because how are you ever going to know if it's for you, if it's going to work or fail, unless you try it? That's all I'm saying, you know. Try it. Live your life and enjoy it, because you only get one, babe. And when that curtain closes, you don't get to be like, well, God, I want to go back and do it again. No, because then it's time for your after, you know, for your kingdom in heaven with the Lord. And so, like I said, whoever's listening out there, thank you for listening this long. I think a lot of my makeup videos, I want it to be like this, because so many times I've just wanted to hear advice from people who didn't necessarily know me, but maybe went through what I went through, or somebody out there in the world who can just relate and say, I've been there, I know what you're dealing with, babe, and it gets better. And if you're listening to me, hear me when I say it will get better. One thing I will leave you with, that I will get into probably on another makeup look, or, you know, a podcast. I am a survivor of wanting to commit suicide. And I know that's deep. I know that can be triggering. And I know that could be like, ooh, heavy. But I feel like it is important to tell somebody that I was teased and bullied so much in school, especially in college, which is crazy, because by then, you know, I'm 18, 19, thinking that all of that has left me and that people are mature. But it was the complete opposite. Minuscule little things were thrown at me. I was told things that didn't even make sense, like, you sound like a siren. At the time, it was an insult. But then as I got older, I'm like, but do you know who sirens actually are? You know? And like I say, I was so low that day. I was like, I am a burden on everybody. Like, nobody needs me around. You know, life would just be better if I was not around to get in the way. I was in student loan debt, still in student loan debt, but, you know, just so sad and upset and hating myself. And I didn't really know God. And I mean, I knew him enough to know I did not want to go to hell for committing suicide. But, you know, I kept praying to him, you know, God, please just give me the strength to not do this, you know, like, help me hold on, help me rise above this. And all I could think about was my mom. And like I said, my mom is my best friend. That's my girl. You know, somebody could be like, she set somebody on fire, and I'd be like, no, no, she didn't, because that's my girl. But, you know, I kept thinking about her and what it would mean to her if she came back home from, because they were on, her and my dad were on a trip to the Bahamas, and I think it was the Bahamas that year, on a cruise. And so she couldn't get in touch with me anyways, you know, and I just kept thinking, if she comes back and she finds this, she's gonna be mad. Like, she's gonna be broken. She's gonna be hurt. I had a friend who was at a concert that night, and we are the best of friends to this day. And I didn't want to hurt her either. I didn't want her coming back from the concert and, like, seeing that sight, you know. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to trigger anybody too bad. But I didn't want her to see that. And so I was like, well, Shay, you know, if you have to suffer to be alive, then that's okay. But, you know, like, you can't be selfish and take yourself out because you have these feelings. It is hard. I'm not saying that your feelings are not valid. I'm not saying that you can't cry or be frustrated or upset at whatever it is that happened to you. All I am saying is that you are needed from somebody. Even if you don't see it, you are needed for somebody. When I felt like I had no one, it was truly the Lord who spoke to me, who whispered words of encouragement, who whispered love to me, who gave me the strength to go on and just really explore myself and figure out how beautiful I am, and and realize a lot of my stigma that I've placed on myself was wrong stigma. And you don't learn that overnight. You probably won't even learn that in a year. You could, I always say, and people make fun of me for saying this, but I truly believe it. Maturity does not come from your age. It comes from up here. Your wisdom, what it is you learn, what it is you take from situations. That makes you a mature person, And so if you don't get it right tomorrow, it's okay. If you don't get it right next week, it's okay. As long as you are alive and you got breath in your body and you're able to move around, have your own being, try again. Keep trying till you succeed, until you fail, until you get your answer on if that was what you were supposed to do. But don't give up, friends, because you're a butterfly. You fly high. It is a little corny, but you are a butterfly. You are special to somebody. You are important to God, and I hope that He leaves people here who, like I say, really needed to hear this, because I want to put my life out there and be a living testimony for somebody and say, no, life is not easy. And I'm not going to suggest that being a Christian is always an easy life, but I will tell you what I know. I've turned to almost everything. That is no joke. Almost everything. Nothing has ever filled me like, having a relationship with God. And I keep pointing that out because more than anything, that is what we need nowadays. So much hatred is going on, and I don't even understand what for, because we're all trying to live and survive, like we are all trying to find us in this world. So why tear somebody else down? We should just love. That is the commandments you have, to love God and then love yourself. No, love God, then love your neighbors. And if you do that, then you're good. You're good to go. Okay, so I am almost done with this look. I will probably speed it up for the rest. I don't think, hopefully you guys won't have this problem if you try this yourself, but my nose runs really bad whenever I want to put stuff around it. And so that's why I keep having to go back to that area. But this is my butterfly look. I'm going to finish it off and do some zooms. But I hope you guys did enjoy this and my little rants and talks. I try to give life an uplift when I can. And that's just what I want to do for you. So thank you for hanging out with me and watching thus far. I know it is a pretty long video. I will try to get better at timings, but I will show you the final result or zoom through this so you can see it. And hopefully, like I say, you enjoy it. Okay guys, so this is it. How did I do? I hope I did well. I hope that you guys enjoy the butterfly look. This is it. Now it feels even more complete because I'm able to put my hair down and, you know, flex or whatever because she cute or whatever. But really, I hope you guys did enjoy. And like I say, 2023, it is a new year. Scrap away all your old philosophies. Scrap away what naysayers say. Scrap away those toxic thoughts. It is not easy, but it is worth it. You will make it through it, and 2023 will be incredible. So please be encouraged. Please know that your feelings are always valued. And if you're sensitive, be sensitive. I say it always, I will cry if this light fell down. I cry. I am a crier. I'm sensitive. Yeah, sometimes you have to be tough, but I still carry who I am in here because the Lord made me this way. And my personality is okay. My personality is validated. If no other person says it, my Father says it, and I am telling you what thus says the Lord. So please be encouraged, friend. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me ramble at you about everything and nothing all at once. And like I said, I hope you have a happy new year. I hope you're having a Merry, Merry Christmas. And until next time, I am the King's daughter, Shay. And thank you for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell me anything you would want to see. Tell me, talk to me. Tell me some of your stories and your testimonies for this year if you want to. And no matter what time you watch this, drop your testimony and let me read it. You know, let me read about you and let me talk back to you. But thank you guys and goodbye.